Derek Carr could miss anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks with a fracture in his back. Ouch. The Raiders, are they a playoff team, Robin, if Carr is out for an extended period of time?
I don't believe so. I mean, they may not be with Carr in uniform, so definitely not with him out. And E.J. Manuel hasn't proven to be a serviceable quarterback. Of course, you hear Colin Kaepernick's name brought up, but let's keep the focus on Carr here. 2 to 6 weeks is a big range. And I'm always surprised when you hear somebody has a fracture in their back and they could be back in 2 weeks to be driven into the ground by, defensive ends and the like. But it's also the kind of injury that you worry about re-aggravation, that you worry about rhythm being off. I mean, how many times did we see Tony Romo suffer this sort of injury? So 6 weeks is a huge portion of an NFL season. 2 weeks and then maybe a week or two to get back in rhythm. Perhaps they can right the ship. But any longer than that, I think the Raiders are cooked.
I'm not seeing it as so dire as you are. I know E.J. Manuel has a bad reputation, obviously, as being a first-round flop. But he did go 11 for 17 with over 100 yards, and that was against one of the best defenses in the league in that loss to the Broncos when he came in for relief. Now, look at what the Raiders are starting. A 3-game homestand. Well, they will play the Ravens and the Chargers, and then the Chiefs. Okay, they're waiting in the wings. But Ravens and Chargers, I feel like, are actually winnable games. I think that, obviously, Marshawn Lynch came back for this, so you're not going to give up on the season. You have a great defensive line. The secondary is suspect because it was suspect even going into this season. But I'm willing to think that maybe E.J. Manuel might be able to guide this team at least to maybe a 2-1 record, and that's after then 3 weeks, and then maybe see where you want to go from there. I think they're going to be battling with the Broncos for the wild card because, as we outlined before, the Kansas City Chiefs really are the class of that division, we think. But I will not take them out of the wild card conversation by no means.
That's probably the best argument, that in the NFL, maybe there's a handful of teams that are genuinely good. There's a handful of teams that are genuinely bad, and the rest are the same, and it comes down to a field goal or a turnover or something along those lines.